Ashley James has spoken publicly for the first time about being raped while she was a university student, nearly 2 decades after the attack. Now 38, the television presenter says the trauma still affects her every day, especially since becoming a mother. At the age of 21, while studying at Nottingham University, Ashley was sexually assaulted by a male friend after a night out, when she was unconscious. She describes the experience as one of the most devastating moments of her life, leaving long-lasting emotional scars. Although she had never spoken about it before, the memories have become stronger since she had children. Ashley has explained that she is not sharing her story for shock value, but to expose how common sexual assault is and how deeply flawed the support systems remain for victims. She believes women are still judged more harshly than the men accused of rape, and that shame and silence continue to surround the issue. Her decision to speak out was influenced by the courage of Gisèle Pellicot, a French woman whose case drew global attention after years of abuse by her husband. Gisèle's powerful statement that shame must change sides had a profound impact on Ashley and encouraged her to challenge the idea that rapists are only strangers or rare, bad apples. Ashley says society has not progressed as much as it likes to believe. She argues that boys are still not properly taught about consent or how to handle rejection, while women continue to face questions about their clothing or alcohol consumption. Most of us have stories, she says. In her book Bimbo, Ashley writes about years of self-blame and silence. Because the attacker was a close friend, she struggled to label what happened as rape and instead blamed herself. She explains that she did not report the assault, not out of fear of the police, but because she worried about damaging his life and being judged by others. She never told anyone at the time and even attempted to remain friends with him. Even now, she finds it difficult to fully process what happened, despite knowing she did nothing wrong. Ashley stresses that consent does not depend on clothing, alcohol, or trust, and that responsibility always lies with the perpetrator. Ashley is passionate about changing the narrative, urging society to stop questioning victims and to stop teaching girls to alter their behavior to stay safe. Instead, she believes the focus should be on accountability and education. Recent figures highlight the scale of the issue. In England and Wales, hundreds of thousands of people experience sexual assault each year, with women making up the majority of victims. Reports of rape have risen sharply in recent years, and charities warn that many cases still go unreported, meaning the true numbers are likely far higher. Ashley believes that speaking openly is a crucial step toward breaking the cycle of silence that surrounds sexual violence. By sharing her story, she hopes other survivors will feel less alone and more empowered to speak when they are ready. She stresses that healing looks different for everyone, and that choosing not to report an assault does not make a survivor weak or complicit. She also calls for meaningful change within the justice and education systems, saying real progress will only happen when consent is taught clearly from a young age and when victims are met with belief rather than suspicion. According to Ashley, the burden of prevention has unfairly been placed on women for far too long. Ashley acknowledges that telling her story has been emotionally difficult, but says the response from other survivors has reinforced why it matters. Many have reached out to her privately, sharing similar experiences and expressing relief that someone in the public eye has voiced what they have carried in silence for years. She hopes that by changing the conversation, from questioning victims to challenging harmful attitudes, future generations will grow up in a society where accountability replaces shame, and where survivors are supported rather than doubted. Ashley's message is clear. Sexual violence is not rare, it is not caused by clothing or alcohol, and it is not the victim's fault. Until society fully accepts this, she believes stories like hers must continue to be told.